Why hello there my fellow mobsters, what's up, it's Robbie with Open World Games and we are talking about all things Mafia 3. We've seen the recent reveal artwork, we're going to go over our anticipation about this game and what we would like to see from Mafia 3. And I am joined with my good friend Brett from UbiCentral.
I am glad to be here. Hello everyone.
Hello there Brett, it's so good to have you aboard once again.
And what do we want from this game, Robbie?
Well, if you remember Mafia 2, it had a great story. We definitely want that, but Mafia 2 did not have a lot of side activities. As I recall, it had very little, in fact, zero side activities. You could just, go to the garage, store your car, upgrade it a little bit, and then change Vito's outfit, and that is it. We want them to go all out with that, and I think, again, the game we could look to is definitely The Godfather. I think a lot of open world games could look to The Godfather because it has an extensive system under the hood driving a lot of its progression system and side activities, and one of them involved cops and judges. This was so cool and fit really well into that mob theme. So you go around and you'd be able to bribe cops and judges to look the other way if heat was becoming an issue. Cops could look the other way when dealing with smaller crimes like heists for jewelry stores, and then you could get judges involved when we're talking about the bigger crimes that involve drugs, big heists involving banks and stuff like that. So that's something I really want to see. And another thing that The Godfather had was the ability to hide out in certain districts which had lower heat levels, so you could jump from district to district and the heat level would change according to the crime you committed within that district.
And for me, one of the things that I really want to see is after you beat the main game is have the ability to go back in the open world and just explore it without starting like a brand new game. I don't know why they did that.
Exactly. Yeah, there was a lot of missed opportunity with Mafia 2 in terms of its open world. Again, the story was great. But another thing is we'd love to see the ability to climb up the ladder as a crew. Remember, it is likely, this has not been confirmed, but it is likely we will see 4-player co-op given the artwork that we have seen. What would you like to see for the co-op, Brett?
Like I mentioned earlier, just kind of like heist with GTA Online, where you can have all your friends and just tackle a heist in any different way, and it's really difficult, but at the same time it's fun, and then you get money from that and you could buy things like apartments, which is something I really want to see in Mafia 3 as well, having the ability to buy locations in the open world, like not just apartments but stores, like a garage, anything. That would be really cool. Yeah,
exactly. And I want to be able to be a part of this crew, like feel like you're a part of this crew from the beginning. You're working your way up the Mafia ladder. You start out as a lower rank. You got to do the smaller jobs like drug trafficking, handling gambling rackets, that sort of thing, extorting businesses, which was a big part of The Godfather, going in there and intimidating. And then as you crawl up the ladder as a group, you gain access to bigger jobs like heists, like you mentioned. That would be so cool to be able to go in and rob a bank. You'd have to really plan it out extensively, of course, save up money to bribe judges and the cops and stuff like that. But it would be nice to also see, like in The Godfather 2, the ability to recruit other crew members in your crew. That would be so cool to be able to do that. Manage real estate together. I know that this is like the ultimate expectation for this sort of game, and we should be careful with our expectations because we don't want to overhype the game too much, but this is the stuff that I really want to see.
And I really hope it doesn't end up being like Saints Row 3. Like Saints Row 1 and 2 were really gangsterish, and there was still comedy to it. But then in Saints Row 3, it just changed, and like they didn't really care about the gang aspect of the game, and then they just turned into like a funny game. And don't get me wrong, it's really good to have that kind of game, but hopefully Mafia doesn't turn into that or try to be something else, because we all know and love Mafia because of this great story that it's built.
Yeah, I just hope that they go after the Goodfellas feel. If you guys remember the Goodfellas films, they were just so damn good. So hopefully they just take the best bits from Goodfellas and allow you to experience that together. Oh, and remember in The Godfather 2, which was really cool, this was actually quite funny, is if one of your crew members went around and made a mistake, or if you just got tired of them and wanted to recruit someone new in your gang and there wasn't enough slots, you can actually execute them or put a hit out on them. This would be hilarious to see in Mafia 3. Maybe, if you get tired of someone in the crew, you can actually put a hit on them. They're not doing a good job. There would be a reward, and the actual crew members would go after them. That would be hilarious. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see from Mafia 3, if you want it to be a complete co-op experience, or do you want it to have this sort of element where you really don't know what to expect from your crew?
I really need to go back and play The Godfather because I've never played it before, and you make it sound like it's like the best game.
It has so many features that are neglected. It is so good in terms of the overall features. I'm telling you, it is so extensive to compare to a lot of these open world games that are out now. GTA 5 is a great open world game, but a lot of the missions don't involve what's core to the story. They advertise the game as being a high story, right? And none of the side activities fed on that. You couldn't go into a bank at all in the open world, and you're like, what in the world? Why can't you go into a bank? You could rob smaller stores, but I think the focus needs to be around that story, and I think it needs to be about the Mafia, of course, since we're talking about the Mafia. So hopefully we don't see all these weird, stupid, crazy side activities. I really want them to focus on what the Mafia is about.
And one of the biggest features for The Godfather, according to you, because you talk so much about this game, was the ability to own the city via intimidation. And would you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, intimidation was a very important part of The Godfather. You had to go around and convince these shops and stores to take protection from the family for a fee, mind you. You had to go in there and say, hey, I'll offer you protection. The world is dangerous. And then later on, I may want to open up a racket in the back that may involve gambling, prostitution, drug trafficking, money laundering, that sort of thing. Usually the response would be, no way, get the hell out of the shop. And you have to convince them by breaking something special to them, going after someone in the store. Maybe they were fearful of taking, some sort of damage to themselves. So they all have this fear level relating to certain types of attacks on the store, and you had to really learn what made them fearful. It was a great system. I would love to see the system, and it would be so hilarious and so much fun to do in 4-player co-op. And you can actually push the owner over the edge sometimes, and they would never do business with you again. It's like, oh man, we completely screwed up. So that's something I would love to see in open world Mafia 3 in 4-player co-op. And wouldn't you like to see an RPG system and character customization as well?
Yeah, definitely. Like, character customization is one of the biggest things I want in an open world game. Watch Dogs didn't really have any character customization, and like, I'm one of those people who just loves customizing the character because that makes it more like you and your personality while you play the game. So yes, I would definitely love to see character customization. What about you?
I do hope they build on that and make it a proper RPG with the ability to upgrade certain statistics like your health, damage, hopefully something like intimidation speed. Come on, put some Godfather features in there. I would love that. Come on. That'd be epic. That's the stuff that you did in Godfather. It was so detailed compared to a lot of these open world games. But as always, please let us know what you guys would like to see from Mafia 3. But Brett, it has been a blast once again. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm probably going to go play The Godfather right now.
Yeah, do it. Come on, do it. Let me know what you think, guys. And if you do play The Godfather, please post down in the comments what you think of the game. Again, thanks for watching, and see you soon enough, hopefully, in 1960 Louisiana.
Goodbye.
Bye!